Hello everyone, welcome to this lesson where we are going to discuss about database services on AWS. So first of all, for that we have to basically understand what is database, but let us first of all look at what are the contents of this course. So we'll be going to understand all the database services offered by AWS, but in depth we are going to understand about RDS and DynamoDB. So we'll be understanding what is relational database service and what is Amazon DynamoDB. So we'll be also talking about the concepts where we will be discussing about difference between SQL and NoSQL database. So you might have heard about relational and non-relational databases. So that is what we are going to understand over here, right? So the very first question that arises in our mind when we talk about database is, what is database? So I'll be coming to, database services over here in a while. But let us first understand that what basically is a database. So database is nothing but an organized collection of data which can be stored and accessed electronically. Right. So generally, whenever we think about database, we get this picture in which we do have rows and columns. Right. This is the conventional way or the traditional way in which we imagine database. Now things have been changed. We do have different kind of databases nowadays that we are going to soon discuss. So when we store our data into the database, it is basically designed to efficiently store it, to manage it, to retrieve large amount of data from there. So databases are used in many different applications and industries such as finance, healthcare, education, e-commerce, etc. So basically when we talk about database, it is nothing but it is just like a folder. And inside of that folders, we can have multiple files. Right. So we know that when we create a folder inside of our computer, we can have multiple files inside of it. So database is just like a folder which typically consists of one or more tables. And each table is created by rows and columns, where each row represents a unique record in a table and each column represents a particular attribute or a piece of information about that record. So here we can also link the tables together. So that's why there are two kinds of databases, okay? There are relational databases and there are non-relational databases. So databases can include the relationship between these tables because we do have multiple tables into one database, right? So if we want to link different tables, then we can link them and we can query them together. To interact with the database, users typically use a database management system. Some examples of database management system can be MySQL, it can be Oracle, it can be Microsoft SQL Server, etc. So these systems will provide us with the tools for creating, modifying, querying the databases as well as for managing security, backups and other aspects of database environment. So when we talk about multiple tables and linking those multiple tables, then how can we think that? So let us say that I am creating one database, okay, which is for one company. Okay, or let's say which is for some e-commerce. So when I'm talking about e-commerce, there are multiple aspects of e-commerce, right? We cannot put all the data together in one table because it will make no sense. So generally, we have the logically related information together in one table. For example, I can have product details into one table. I can have order details into another table. Now, where would I want to link both of these tables? So when I want that only product which are being available, those orders should be put up, right? All the products that I have, only those products should be ordered. If I do not have, let's say, one pencil, then that cannot even be ordered. So in that case, I would want to link both of these two tables together. So this linkage is done with the help of the concept of primary key and the foreign key, right? I think you might be aware about this concept, primary key and foreign key. So this was the overview of the database, everyone.